Good morning. Monster in Mexico. Patricia comes ashore as the strongest hurricane ever recorded in the Western Hemisphere. Thankfully, it hit in a sparsely populated area. No deaths reported, and it is weakening rapidly this morning, but it's not over yet. Texas already dealing with massive flooding, now bracing for another round from Patricia. We're live. Political roller coaster. Hillary Clinton riding high after her Benghazi testimony.
I had my whole team come over to my house, and we sat around eating Indian food and drinking wine and beer.
As Jeb Bush hunkers down in Texas this weekend, his campaign struggling, and Donald Trump lashes out at a rising Ben Carson.
We informed Ben, but he was sleeping.
Prison attack. Colorado movie theater shooter James Holmes jumped behind bars this morning. The inside story. And Royal Flush. The Kansas City Royals knocking off the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League Championship Series, thrilling their fans. And that, of course, means the World Series is set as the Royals prepare to face off with the New York Mets today, Saturday, October 24th, 2015.
From NBC News, this is Today, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And welcome to Today on this Saturday morning. I'm Erica Hill.
And I am Jeff Ross, and happy to be here with you
Nice
and alongside Chanel Jones and Dylan Dreyer. And you are tracking our top story this morning, this massive hurricane. And we have our team fanned out across the country, both here and in Mexico. Category 5 storm hitting overnight. The eye narrowly missing the popular resort area of Puerto Vallarta, where tens of thousands of Americans were believed to be before the storm made landfall.
And while it is too early to tell just how widespread the destruction is, sunlight will help us with that. Here's what we do know at this hour. Patricia weakened to a Category 1 hurricane early this morning with maximum sustained winds of 75 miles per hour. It is expected to turn into a top tropical depression as it crosses Mexico's mountains. Now, incredibly, at this hour, no reports of any deaths. And just over the Mexican border, much of Texas, as we know, is under a flood watch. With what's left of Patricia, the concern there that it will bring, of course, even more rain to a state that has already been pounded.
Our correspondents are on the ground in Mexico and Texas on storm watch. Want to begin with NBC's Joe Fryer in Ixtapa, just south of where Hurricane Patricia made a direct hit. Joe, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jeff. Hurricane Patricia has weakened considerably, with many breathing a sigh of relief up and down the coast. But the Mexican government is warning people to not let their guard down as this history-making storm moves through the country.
With the grace of a sledgehammer, Hurricane Patricia reached land, winds swirling at 165 miles an hour. Images taken by tourists hunkered down in hotels showcase the driving rain, swelling seas, and turbulent winds. Damage reports quickly surfaced, washed out roads, toppled trees, and uprooted highway signs. Some of the most dramatic video comes from Manzanillo, a resort destination about 50 miles from where the hurricane first made impact. While the most violent part of the storm appeared to hit sparsely populated areas, it was still a wild ride for tourists stuck in the popular beach town Puerto Vallarta.
We have our water, we have our food. We're going to be in meditation and sending prayers for the area.
Hurricane Patricia is not just strong, the storm is huge, spanning a 170-mile stretch of Mexico's popular coastline. More than 7 million people in the storm's path.
Stunning images from space show Patricia's size, while images from inside the storm show Patricia's violent fury. Hurricane hunters flew through the eye, collecting valuable data right before Patricia reached land. At one point, winds had reached 200 miles an hour, the strongest storm ever measured in the Western Hemisphere. Even though it weakened a little, Patricia is still the strongest hurricane to ever touch down on Mexico's Pacific coast.
The extent of damage, especially in isolated areas, won't be known until later today when crews can assess everything in the daylight. Overnight, Mexico's president said that the first reports indicate that the extent of damage is less than expected so far for a storm of this magnitude. Jeff and Erica.
Joe, thanks so much. Certainly could have been so much worse. And we'll check in back with Joe a bit later.
And we will. Joining us now by phone is Diana Park-Alford, who's an American in Puerto Vallarta this morning. Diana, good morning.
Good morning.
So give us a sense. We know you were evacuated from your hotel yesterday, but then actually back there by 9:30 last night, as I understand it. What's the damage like that you can see both at the hotel and on that ride back from town?
So we expected the worst, and everybody at the hotel evacuated us early in the morning. They were supposed to keep us in the ballroom. However, local police authorities had been ordered to send us out, so we had to evacuate to the Tepeyac University, and the damage was very minimal, very surprisingly, and we feel very blessed. But in about 11 hours, we were able to head back on the buses back to the now Amber Resort. And the damage, I mean, it's pitch black out here, but there's not a wind blowing the palm trees right now.
How do you feel it was all handled? So you're an American. I know you've watched reports of different storms of varying magnitudes affecting the U.S., but as you're dealing with the response there in Mexico, how do you think it was handled?
So I think that the staff, the hotel, they were very helpful. We were very impressed with everybody. A little bit of confusion, obviously. So the mood was excited and scared and nervous, and they did a very good job of facilitating everything. It was unbelievable, though, how the U.S. is getting so many different reports and stories, and we're getting texts from family and phone calls, and we were just anticipating the worst. So I'm not sure how that correspondence happened, and everyone's saying it's the worst, and we actually got lots of rain, but not too bad of any of the 200-mile-an-hour.
So dodging a bullet there, as we saw. It did move a little bit and didn't end up hitting Puerto Vallarta, as you mentioned. You mentioned how wonderful the staff had been at the hotel. Have they talked at all about their families or locally, if they were able to check in with some of their loved ones and let you know how the sense that they got from them?
Yes. So, I mean, they gave us updates as often as they could while, serving food. And the general manager of the hotel, had shared with us that he was away from his family. His son was still at the hotel. They were making sure that everything was okay here so that we could get back. And so they did always ask for us to pray for the people that got hit hard. From what we understood, it was Manzanillo. So we were very blind out there, working on whatever we could, devices and hearing updates, but we felt pretty sheltered from there.
Well, glad to hear that everyone who was in your immediate vicinity doing well, and that the folks there who live there year-round, of course, are doing okay, too. Diana Park-Alford, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Good to see she's okay. As we said, Mexico's not alone this morning. Residents in Texas are dealing with what forecasters are calling life-threatening flooding. Overnight, police have been rescuing stranded vehicles and telling drivers to get off the roads, find a parking lot, and even sleep in their cars. And Hurricane Patricia is going to turn things from bad to even worse. NBC's Janet Shamlian live in Dallas with the very latest. Janet, good morning.
Jeff, good morning to you. We are getting hit by another band of heavy rain right now. 16 inches in the town of Corsicana last night. It shut down a portion of Interstate 45 for a while, impacted thousands of people who were traveling through the city's two airports. And now we are waiting for what's next. And despite the warnings for people not to drive through the water, rescuers' lives were put in danger last night by people insisting, or at least trying, to do it.
Heavy rain and flash flooding soaking cities across Texas. This is Corsicana, about an hour south of Dallas, where high water shut down Interstate 45. Around the city, rescue after rescue.
I was pretty much holding around her waist and then holding on to the metal on the bridge and then just trying not to let go.
I have a female with her 3-year-old daughter. She's advising that the water is in her vehicle.
Across the north and eastern parts of the state, a deluge. Some motorists ignoring the warnings, attempting to drive through the rising water.
You can see how the rain just never stops.
The system hobbled air travel. More than 500 flights canceled at Love Field and DFW airports, with a ripple effect across the country. As much as 10 inches of rain. Texas has been dry for months, so it's not all bad news.
Here in Dallas, they've had more rain in the past day than they picked up since July 4th. The drought came roaring back late summer, so this is a big help for the farmers and lowers the fire danger.
But this morning, a second, perhaps more dangerous threat.